So the funny thing about this coin toss was I was meant to go the other way, but I got a bit rattled when I actually won it, so I just pointed there quickly. So, and then when I was heading back to the boys, I didn't know which way I'd pick. So you could say I was pretty rattled before the game.
Yeah, we don't normally. We used to share our sallies pre-game, and then you got stealers like Guinea and C-Mac like to steal the celebrations so they kick one first. So not much words go around the sallies these days.
Can't bring in a cow, can't bring in a sheep. A chook would have been just all over the place. So I don't know if you've ever held one of these, but my daughter was just playing with it in the car, mate. I'll pass this to you, Nick. Oh. Oh.
Fellas, welcome in to episode 1 of Players. The footy market, according to everyone, is flooded with TV shows at the moment. So I think we've fixed the problem and we've invented another one. But we've got the main ingredient that the other ones appear to be missing, and that is the opinion of the players. So I start off by asking you, what do you watch? Do you consume footy media? You know, you got the Sunday footy show, you got Footy Classified with Uncle Ed, or maybe it's Real Adventures with Patrick Dangerfield on SEN, which if you want to learn about outboard motors, that's the one to get it done for you.
Yeah, Danger does have that one. He speaks about it a bit at the club, but I don't watch much. I don't know about you boys, but I'm always outside doing something. That's how I like to fill in my time. So I miss all the shows.
Yeah, I miss a few of them too. I'm very like play my game of footy and then sort of switch off for the weekend. Don't hear too much of it, which seems to be pretty nice. I think it's nice to get away from it.
Yeah, I'm similar. Not a big watcher and more on the controls and stuff like that after games, and yeah, not a very big watcher of footy shows.
Surely you're all tuning in though to Jezza's YouTube channel because you've taken content into your own hands. And I think you're leading the AFL at the moment in content created.
Well, it's just, yeah, it's something I enjoy doing, and it probably helps having, you know, the farm. I can just do stupid things out there and muck around and film it. So
What's your content?
A lot of different things. It's I started off with sort of golf, and then it went into fishing, then camping, caravanning. I love taking the caravan away in the off season, but then I started getting some boys out the farm to try and do some trick shots, and we sort of just change it up a lot. So it's not just sort of one thing that we focus on. That's over in Canada. So we went over there for the Christmas break. I wouldn't recommend going too far in that break because I come back a sore man, carrying my little 2-year-old everywhere, and it's a long way. It's 15 hours in a you know, on an aeroplane. So it was a big trip, but pretty cool.
A bit of the chat beforehand when you walked in the door was around Fortnite. Now, if you're not making content, you've got to be doing something. You're studying film, I'm sure, at all hours of the day. But you'd be playing Fortnite is what I've heard.
Yes. Obviously, I'm not studying or doing much outside of footy at the moment, so Fortnite's the way to go, and we got a solid crew going at Hawks at the moment, so yeah, I spent a lot of hours on Fortnite.
How many hours are you clocking up a week?
And be honest.
Yesterday would have been a bit before and after the game.
Before the game?
Yeah, I just nothing to do all day, so well, I'll do stuff in the morning, go to the beach and whatnot, but
get your reaction time going.
Yesterday, if I'm being honest, it probably would have been close to 6 hours on Fortnite, which is, after the game was a lot, but yeah, 6 hours is probably the max for me when the eyes start getting sore. You
blamed hamstring injuries during COVID on playing too much Call of Duty.
Yeah, because we were locked down, we were in our rooms a lot, and we all sort of, it seemed like everyone had a PlayStation and we were all playing and partying up and getting on the war zone. So, but then it's sort of, yeah, by the end of the season, I'd had a couple of hamstrings. So I don't know if it was, directly from that, but maybe.
You mentioned before that you'd heard as well, and I've heard this as well, that Sammy Mitchell likes to get in on, I've heard that it's Call of Duty. Have you heard that at the club?
I just heard it then. I heard a rumour early on, and I'm not too sure. I might have to get on with him. And but yeah, it'd be funny if true. Well, apparently he did say it on his podcast. So yeah, it's funny. And no one really knows about the club, so it's sort of gone under the radar. But we'll have to start grilling into him lately.
You'd hate for your coach to be sitting there in the chat room, surely, when you're just firing off the insults.
I don't know how much you'd want him to hear, but. Yeah, no, credit to him.
Did you see Sammy Mitchell during the week? He attended the footy, and he could be the first person in history to double fist a Great Northern with a game of mobile chess.
Is that real?
That is really Sam Mitchell
what
right there.
What game was he at?
Oh, I think it was, who was it? I don't know, but he's sitting up in level
It's a boring
4.
game.
It is, too. It actually is. I don't know.
It was Carlton
is that
Richmond.
game?
Carlton Richmond.
Oh, earlier in the year.
Yeah,
right.
That's funny. That's too funny.
That might have been the first half, and then the second half he put it away when the Tigers
It was
started.
Richmond Melbourne. So it was. It was this year. It was this year. Let's chat a little bit of footy, because Nick, you just rolled out for the club you grew up supporting as a kid. Your dad's a legend at. Your brother plays for, and you rolled out as captain on hands. I get chills just thinking about it. Talk us through the feelings and emotions that went with it.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a massive honour for me, as it is playing on that day alone anyway. I know it means a lot to so many people, so to represent so many people on that day was super special. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit nervous going into the game with sort of the extra duties and public talking and everything. But as I said, I just kept coming back to how much of a privilege it is, and real childhood sort of dream to be able to do that one day, and to do it on Anzac Day was special.
The extra duties, you went in there. Did you have a bit of a strategy going in towards the coin toss?
Towards the coin toss, no. A couple of times I sort of thought, oh, what am I going to say to the boys before the game? But I just wanted to leave it up to sort of a little bit of instinct. I feel like when you think about that stuff too much, it doesn't come off as well. But yeah, actually the funny thing about this coin toss was I was meant to go the other way, but I got a bit rattled when I actually won it, so I just pointed there quickly. So, and then when I was heading back to the boys, I didn't know which way I'd pick. So you could say I was pretty rattled before the game.
And you also didn't know what to do with the horseshoe that was in your hand as well. You went to hand it over at the beginning, then you sort of brought it back. What were you actually meant to do with that?
I don't know. I just got told to take it in. It carried a lot of meaning from World War I, that horseshoe. So I was told to take it into the centre bounce and give it there. So I wasn't sure when my cue was to give it. So I was sort of just a bit hesitant.
You got stitched up, Rising. We have a look at this, because you sort of went with the pump fake and eventually got it over. But you got stitched up in the post game as well, because the art for a captain, I imagine, of knowing when to go and accept the trophy is a difficult one. You've gone the early crow here. Did you get baited into that?
Yeah, so the boys, they seem to do it a fair bit. I think they always wind up the person that's at the front of the group, and they say, yeah, meant to be up there, and then you go, and they're like, no, hold. So they were just trying to wind me up.
And you ran a pretty cruisy ship as well. We saw Darcy Cameron in the pre-game, just getting amongst it. The dance moves, maybe nothing that I would suggest you use at the Osborne, but you can get away with it here. Talk us through that one.
Yeah, Darcy's always good fun. I think there's footage of him doing that before the grand final too. So he keeps the mood nice and light for us. Fancies his dance moves, as you can clearly tell.
Yeah.
But he's a bit of a barometer for us, big Darcy. But he's playing good footy, which is the main thing.
Who's the Jez? Who for you? I get the feeling that you might be that sort of barometer, and we talk at off-field vibes. Are you that guy over at the Cats?
I'm pre-game. I'm a real chiller. I don't really do too much, but there's definitely guys that are up and about, and it tends to be the younger guys. They're bouncing around doing all sorts of different things. I think on the weekend Tom Atkins got hit in the head with a footy, which was pretty funny as well. But yeah, there's lots of different characters in there. I'm definitely not a dancer though myself. I have shocking moves.
Now, you almost tried your hardest to not be on this show today, because you came out there, you went into Harley, Reid, you had one, the McGovern little run-in you had with him, which we'll get to in a second. But talk us through this one on Harley. You gave it to him afterwards.
Yeah, obviously growing up with Harley, playing a lot of footy with him. Yeah, it's always good to play him. We've been mates since we were 12 years old. So, and obviously going through the journey and all the draft year together was good fun. And we're similar characters. And I get along well with him. And there's me and Gov had a bit of words to say after that. But it was a fair bump. I put a bit of carry on to it. I was more tired after. That's why I had a bit of a lie down on the ground. So, he was a good man after. And Gov sort of felt bad because, we had a back and forth words there. And he went up to my forward line coach at the end and said, make sure, Wiz is okay. So then I sort of felt bad after that. I put a bit of mayo on it. But, it was a fair bump.
The celebrations that you've been pumping out as well. You've done a couple of good celebrations in the year. You're usually the stock standard, give it a roar, which you had a great one on the weekend. But you've been bringing out the Jama rant and NBA celebrations. That's where you're getting your inspiration from as well, including the ice in the veins.
Yeah, obviously we have a few of us are on TikTok and we see and watch the NBA and NFL and whatnot. And this one was pretty cool because Mikal Bridges actually reposted it. Which was cool, and obviously the Jar one recently, he was one of my favourite players in the NBA, so yeah, we don't normally. We used to share our cellies pre-game, and then you got stealers like Guinea and CMAC like to steal the celebrations if they kick one first. So not much words go around the cellies these days, and yeah, I feel like it brings a joy to our group, and obviously we're a young group, and yeah, those celebrations that bring the spirit up and get us energised, and yeah, we sort of bounce off that.
Jar's gone the pistol, which he got in trouble for, and actually bringing a real one out. That probably wasn't. I wouldn't advise doing that one. Then he's gone the grenade. Is there a next level of warfare you can jump to after that you can bring us? I
thought the grenade was pushing it already, so I'm not sure I'll go too much further than that. I feel like the fines will be heavy if you do that. So, yeah, trying to stay clear of that.
Let's jump into the action from this weekend, because the big talking point was the Paul Curtis tackle, which the MRO has given this one 3 weeks, I believe it is. But Nick, when we look at this tackle, what's something, if you're going into this situation as an AFL player, as someone who does this all the time, how do you prevent this happening?
Yeah, I'm not too sure how you prevent it. I mean, he's coming in to defend and coming through at speed, so it's sort of a traditional chase down tackle. I mean, we saw Wizz's one before, and it probably looked quite similar, not to put you in any trouble, but
try to stitch me up.
yeah, so the margin for error is so small. I think Josh Sinn went off with concussion, which obviously doesn't help, but it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, I don't think I'll get in too much trouble because I don't tend to tackle too much. Everyone's too quick for me these days, but that's a tough one. I think he's done everything right, to be honest. He hasn't fallen in his back either. He's sort of gone to the side, so in my eyes, that's a football action, and he deserves to get off.
What about the fashion within the league at the moment as well? Because I'm sure even when you started out your career, it was very basic. You know, guys didn't go outside the box too much.
Well, I'm still there. I'm very basic. I basically wear the same thing every day. Well, that's what my wife tells me anyway. But yeah, the young boys bring the heat, don't they? They love it. So
I see all the boys, yeah, rolling around new shoes, new boots.
Well, we'll have a look at our man Nick Watson here. That is a bit of Dennis Lilly on the first one.
This is different. This was a bit of a, yeah, one of the vintage stores that I normally go to quite a bit. They sort of had a fashion shoot, and I thought it would be something different. I haven't done it before, so something different. And obviously, yeah, they I buy a lot of stuff with them and give back to them. But yeah, it was different.
Is that PSG you're wearing?
Wait, get it back up. I'm not too sure. I don't wear that. I don't wear that type of stuff. It was more for just their brand, and they're going to put up on a few walls and to promote it.
What do we think of the old model shop with the hat as well? That's one from the Arsenal. That one wasn't instructed, was it?
No, it was definitely instructed.
Nick, you posted online the other night or the other day the Air Max footy boots. You're rocking the Air Maxes right now, which I've looked online are almost impossible to get for a simpleton.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think I wore them up at the Gabba day before the game. They're awesome boots. A few of the boys were rolling around in them. They didn't suit me as well. I think Bobby Hill wore them. So he's definitely fitting for those boots, and up in the forward line, I think kicked a few goals in them, so he was happy.
Fantastic. They're starting to bring more of those sort of, Nike are bringing those more of the old school boots or the old school shoes and turning them into boots, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. I think Chad Warner wore them against us last year and dominated, and it became sort of a massive talking point. But yeah, it's pretty cool what Nike are doing with the sort of turning shoes into boots, and I think they're doing similar with golf. Got a golf range now. I think they've got a Travis Scott golf shoe, and yeah, seem to be bringing out everything.
They've got it all. Is there any chance, now you wore an outfit a while ago when you were over in the States, is there any chance that you can whack some studs on these? Because that's the sort of fit that I reckon we need to roll out.
Well, Jezza, I think that's more down Jezza's alley. So Jezza
I don't mind that. That's what I should have come in today, shouldn't I?
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I know I copped a bit of flack for that when I got back to the club. Boys thought it wasn't my way.
No, I think it's all Stagecoach. The festival's on at the moment. If you're a country boy, you like that. Boys, get your phones ready though, because phone roulette is not far away. I'm going to grab your phones and I'm going to take full control of it and potentially stitch up one of your teammates or one of your friends.
Done. Good opportunity.
Hey guys, good morning. It's Cam Rayner here. Come and follow me around on a normal game day on a away trip. We're playing St Kilda at lunchtime, so stick around and enjoy.
Yeah, so this morning we went for a walk to this little cafe around the corner with a couple of the boys and got brekkie, which was really good. Melbourne coffee is always really nice, which was good. So Bale's got up a clip of his Call of Duty highlights at the moment. Shows that he's still very washed and a lot of work to do.
Yeah, obviously a bit of a quicker morning with the game starting a bit earlier, but got the chance to go for a walk and get a little stretch in after brekkie. Came back upstairs, I'll pack all my stuff and we'll head down, get ready for the game.
Yeah, obviously really pleased with the win. Probably our closest thing to a four-quarter performance that we've had all year. Yeah, so really promising going forward. Bales on the kick goal here, which was good. Just needs to work on his finishing. Got to the airport at about 7:30 and landed at about 9:30. So thanks for sticking around and we'll see you next time.
What about you, Nelly? Goal of the year in the pocket.
You left 100,000 voting points in the pocket. It's a million. A million.
That's the follow. All thanks to our good friends at Pain Away. Cam Rayner just mentioned almost kicking goal of the year. Now, that reminds me of someone. It's not only just 1 million velocity points, it's $2 million and $50,000. So you'll be pretty hard done by. But your scissor kick, not last round, but the round before, that would have been a lock for goal of the year.
Yeah, I was pretty flat it didn't go through, to be honest. I didn't really think about it being goal of the year at the time, but yeah, I don't know what it was in me that just... I probably could have marked it, but I decided to just go for it. So unfortunately it didn't go through, but we'll keep trying.
Well, you certainly kept trying because you've done this before, all the way back in 2015. It wasn't the first time that you gave this a crack.
That one missed by a little bit more, but I remember at the Giants we did a lot of stuff with the soccer ball in warm-up and stuff, and we'd try this stuff on a high jump mat, mucking around, and then that just come out in the game. So yeah, I'll have to keep trying, mate.
Have you ever tried anything? Have you ever at practice? What's the craziest you've gotten at practice?
To kicking a scissor kick.
Have you ever attempted one?
I've never got that close. Nah, definitely not. You, Wiz?
Nah, I haven't, but after, because obviously playing in that game against Jezza, I might have to start doing it. Actually, if I'm being genuinely honest, as soon as I saw him doing it, I was like, I want to try that soon. So wouldn't be surprised if I try and pull one out. Wouldn't go close, but yeah, it would be a good thought.
You'd have to have a good celebration to go along with that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
what would you pop out?
I've got nothing up my sleeve now, but have to do some research.
Okay, well, boys, it's time to crack into phone roulette. This is my favourite time of the show because we're going phone roulette. I'm going to grab one of your phones. I'm going to spin this wheel right behind me. Jimmy Bartell's walked in here apparently when we're offset, and he's coloured in one of your teeth there. Do you want to give him a quick clap?
Crazy.
Back?
Playing the Cats this week too, so just crazy.
There we go. Unbelievable behaviour. I'm going to spin this wheel. Whoever it lands on, I'm going to grab your phone and I'm going to FaceTime. We're all going to join in on whoever that is, and hopefully they're doing something interesting. So let's spin her up. Who's getting done? Oh, Wiz.
That's Wiz.
Daicos.
That is the one tooth as well.
That is Toothless and Daicos.
That's the toothless one.
That is the toothless as well. That could not have possibly worked better for the first segment. So, Nick, hand over your phone.
Gee, if I have to.
Jez,
if I had for you, hey.
There we go. That always helps, the passcode. Jez, who's the one person in your phone, if it had landed on you, that you would have been the most scared of me calling?
I'd probably say Scotty. Scotty would make me nervous. I don't think... He might answer, but that would make me nervous.
Would he answer in a friendly fashion? Would he be
after yesterday's result, he'd be probably a little bit flat. So, yeah, not happy.
What about you, Wiz?
Yeah, I'd go Jack Gunston. Yeah, he probably wouldn't pick up in the first place, but he wouldn't give much either. So he's a bit of an old nut.
Perfect. Okay, let's scroll through here. We'll go through. We've got Josh Giddey in there. I won't bother Josh Giddey. He's spending a bit of time
back
there.
in town. Let him go.
Eddie Maguire, we'll roll him. We'll let him roll. Let's go Quainer, IQ.
Yeah,
I just feel like he
good.
would be a good person to react to this one. So, Jez, you kick this one off for me. Just say hi to you, good mate. You might even be on him this week.
Yeah, we'll find out, won't we? That's my first question.
No way he doesn't pick up.
Oh, wouldn't it just...
Surely you're not going to get burned.
Hey, mate, what's going on?
Good, how are you, mate?
Here with the great people.
Is that a bit of a jump scare?
What's happening, team?
Yeah, was that a jump scare?
It was a bit of a jump scare. I wasn't expecting you.
Sorry about that, mate. No, I was just... We're playing you guys this week. I was just wondering if you're going to play on me again. Is it too early to ask that?
It didn't really go so well last time, so probably not.
I don't know about that, mate. I think you got the chocolates there.
I don't think so at all.
What are you up to, Q-Stick? Have we got you at a good time?
No, you got me at a good time. I'm just cruising, man. I'm just honestly just cleaning my apartment. It's probably been due for a little bit of a clean, so just looking
Haven't
after
got any colognes laying around that we can have a look at?
You know what? I actually just got it delivered. Do you want me to show you a couple of
Yes. Yeah, show us.
Bear with me. Yeah, today was a good day. It was like Christmas. So, Watto, what's going on, bro?
Hey, how are ya?
Good, mate. So we
Wow,
What do we
We
got
got this
here?
one in the collection. This bad boy,
What's that?
and this one.
So are these
Few
yours
new goodies,
or
mate.
it's a fair collection.
Hey.
isn't
are
it?
these
he's doing well.
are these yours or aren't you making your own?
I am. This is my one, but this is just like one of the first stages. But no, I just collect them, to be honest. I got a bit of an obsession.
Oh, Zach, it looks like you've robbed a duty-free store over there, just right down the bottom. But can you take us around the apartment? Can you show us the sort of living conditions that a Collingwood superstar's in control of?
Yeah. There's not much to it, to be honest. It's about as neat as it's ever been, which is still not that neat. So I'm about to jump in my recovery boots. So I got coffee machine, my baby right there. Got the fridge, a few Polaroids.
Is that Christmas stuff in the background that you've still got up there?
Yeah, you know what? When we first put it up, we never took it down. So it's
I've
part
noticed.
of the apartment now. Few drinks. Yeah, that's probably enough for it.
Who do you did?
I'll give me that.
Oh, there we go. What's your best pair on that set?
Probably these. These are probably my favourites.
Yeah, you're always wearing them. We were talking before about the new 95 boots. Are you going to wear them anytime soon or not?
They're too small. Too small, size 11. I'm a size 11 and a half, so they're just going to be a collector's item for me.
Just leave them in the room.
Who do you live with, Isaac?
Just my high school best mate. So we've been living together for like 3 years now. It's good.
There we go. What shoe size are you?
I'm a size 9.
Oh, size 9.
Yeah,
that'd be
very small.
That's drafting into the youth category.
Hey, I'm 8.5 boots as well, so yeah, not much go.
8.5. No wonder he's got the twinkle toes.
Have you got? Yeah, you like that one? It seems, Nick, as soon as we have a little height gag towards Nick Watson, you seem to enjoy those ones.
No, it's not like that.
Nick's sitting on the pillows at the moment, so
I think they got the wrong Nick, the production crew. That's all right.
Have you got any final words to Jeremy Cameron before you line up against him this week?
Just don't kick a goal from out of bounds this week, please.
Oh, yeah. I can't control that, mate.
Perfect.
Nah, all the best, play well. I'm keen for it.
You too, mate. You too.
Nice.
Thanks for jumping on, Q-Stick.
No worries. Good night, fellas. Have a lovely one.
see you.
See you, mate.
Thank you. I'll tell you what, there's phone roulette. And after this, we're going to relive. If you're a Carlton fan, I'd suggest turning off right now because we're going to relive one of your greatest goals so far.
There's been a few.
Players is brought to you by Wakey Wakey, caffeine-powered energy anytime, anywhere. Liquid IV, step up your hydration with Liquid IV. And INC, power tomorrow today with INC. Shop now at Chemist Warehouse.
Show and tell time, boys. Let's jump right into it. I've asked you to bring two things. One thing that means a lot to you, it's sentimental, that you're not willing to part with. And one thing that we can keep here, we'll chuck it up on the shelves and we will donate it, auction it off for My Room, the children's charity, on grand final day. So, Jez, I'm going to start off with what's this sentimental item for you that you're not going to leave?
Well, it's more sentimental to my 2-year-old daughter, mate. But I thought everyone knows that I'm a hobby farmer, they like to call it. So I thought I can't bring in a cow, I can't bring in a sheep. A chook would have been just all over the place. So I don't know if you've ever held one of these, but my daughter was just playing with it in the car, mate. I'll pass this to you, Nick. Oh, no. Have you ever held a...
Is he trying to injure me for this week?
I'm trying to injure him because, we're playing them this week. But he's very friendly, mate, so... What sharp, though. His name's Hoppy.
Yeah.
His name's Hoppy. He's a boy.
Am I going about this the right way?
I don't think we can leave this one on the shelf.
Have you just had him sitting in there for...
Yeah, he's a real chilled sort of...
Tell you what, give it a scoop of INC protein and that thing will be a full-blown ball by the end of the show.
Yeah.
So we're going to auction this one off for charity, aren't we?
Well, he won't... someone will have to feed him if we put him up on the shelf. But my other item, can I...
We'll jump in. We'll pass. Let's pass. Is it Hoppy?
Yeah, you can pass Hoppy around.
Wiz, as you show us,
sharp nails.
As you show us the other item, we'll try not to hurt little Poppy Have you ever held a rabbit, Wiz?
I have never held a rabbit.
Well, here's
no.
your chance.
And I'm pretty
You
scared.
passed him up pretty quick.
Oh,
There we go.
nails are sharp.
Hoppy shells out.
The item I brought in that we can sit up on the shelf is my actual 650th goal I kicked on this. It was round 1,
Mate.
and on the right peg, which is quite rare as well. So there you go.
Perfect. There we go. You can only kick one of these things. Fantastic. What's with this that you always do? Because this is your thing, and it started to catch on as well.
Yeah, it has started to catch on a bit. It's just the balls are so pointy at the start of games, and I just started doing it early in games, and then it sort of got into my routine, and now I do it every single set shot. So, yeah, it's something that sort of I try to round off the ends a little bit more, and I think it's easier to kick.
They are pointy, hey, at the start of the games.
So pointy, yeah, and they slide off the side of your boot easier. So, didn't really help on the weekend. I
Kicked
missed a few,
650 and he's saying they slide off the side of your boot.
but yeah, that's where it all come about.
Nick, what have you brought in for us?
Yeah, so my sentimental item wasn't a rabbit. It was my Carey jersey. Played juniors in this, just school footy, so the footy factory of Carey. But yeah, some fond memories. Won a couple flags playing with some of my best mates. So thought I'd bring that in.
You kicked a goal after the siren as well, which we've worked very hard to find the footage of as well as we relive this one. We're going to relive your best goal ever after this, but talk us through this one.
Yeah, I think I got, I took a mark. I can't really remember how it came about, but it was a bit of a blur. And then, as you can see, there's no finals, so you have to win every game if you want to stay in the hunt. And we won it that year, which was a pretty important win, but it's about 50 kids that just jumped on my head. So I was screaming at them to get off, and I think I had concussion the next week and was in protocols. But no, it was a great memory.
Perfect. What are you leaving with us?
Just brought in a pair of training boots, so not as significant as Jezza's 650 goal game ball, but just some black and white. They look good on Jezza, actually, the black and white, but just some boots to bring in to auction off.
There we go. Is that just a sly little marketing pitch that we've
It
just
might have
got there?
been. It might have been.
Well, fantastic. We'll be able to get a lot for those for my room. Wiz, you're making good friends with Hoppy.
I know. Does it shit and piss, or is it, is it dual? I'm pretty scared. I haven't really done much of this, but
I believe being a mammal, it does indeed.
yeah, well, is it due or?
Aside from some stained jeans in a minute, what did you bring in for us?
Pretty boring to these boys. So it was funny when I first got called the Wizard in. I was about 16 by Carlton. My nan brought over this, and it's sort of a Wizard Mickey Mouse. And funny enough, I love the same Mickey Mouse these days. There's something like just something good. It's Mickey Mouse. So, but yeah, the Wizard nickname came along when I was 16, and yeah, my nan sort of came over and brought this over, and was joking around, was like sort of saying, hope that doesn't latch on. And funny enough, it has, and it's sort of probably gone a bit more extreme than what I thought, to be honest. And yeah, it's sort of, I've sort of had it with me all the time, but I reckon it's time to sort of auction off, get it out of the house. And yeah, but that's pretty boring to these two. But
you're donating to auction off.
Yeah, I'll just auction it off, get it out of the house. I'm sure people try and give me Wiz hats to keep in the house and all that. But yeah, now I don't really get, normally my normal nickname was Watto, and don't really get called that anymore. It's just Wiz, and
the Wiz is stuck.
Yeah, it's sort of can't escape it now.
Perfect. Well, you know what we're going to do now? We're going to jump, all thanks to INC, we're going to jump into Total Recall. And I said before, if you're a Carlton fan, if you want to hand Hoppy over here. Hoppy. Let's just hand Hoppy.
I don't know how to go about this.
I think that's good enough because, you know, Nick.
That's good enough, yeah.
Nick, I think we're going to have you recall the greatest goal that you've kicked, in my opinion, and you're going to be
Look at how you're holding Hoppy.
That's right, isn't it? I think that's right.
He looks calm.
Hoppy, well, I'm going to hold on to Hoppy just here. I'll hold on to Hoppy while we do this. He'll check the rundown for me. Let's bring up your goal, because it's 2004, last year. You're taking on Carlton, your arch nemesis. Talk us through this goal, because it's replayed all the time. Where are you pointing right now, and what's going on?
Yeah, a bit of a lucky goal against the arch nemesis, but I think I was just sort of talking to Harvey Harrison about sort of holding the corridor. I remember stoppage before, it was pretty similar. The ball stayed in this part of the ground for a while. Stoppage before, I was talking to Jamie Elliott about just rushing through and just honestly trying to get a point. We'd take anything at that sort of situation. There was a minute to go and try and save the game from there. But yeah, fortunately, got 6 points.
There's a fair bit of room at the front for a late game stoppage, which I wouldn't mind as a forward.
Absolutely, there's heaps of room there. I would have thought the Carlton boys might have plopped a couple in there.
No, they didn't, fortunately, on the day, which was nice. But yeah, it's good.
Perfect. As we keep this one rolling on, trying to create separation. Hoppy is absolutely loving this at the moment. You create enough separation there. What are you seeing right now?
Just the ruck's tangled, I guess, knowing that there's not going to be a clear hit out, so it might be close. Tried to get that one and just kept staying on the move, and fortunately the boys do some good work here at getting it forward, and I guess I get pretty lucky.
You've got the separation here. Are you just praying for a lucky bounce in a way?
Well, yeah, I guess you sort of roll the dice a little bit here, because if it goes the other way and Walsh leaves the front, I'll probably get told off. So it's one of those where I guess a little bit of luck's involved.
Perfect. Jezza, what are you thinking of this sort of situation? If you're a forward, are you just staying back and letting the king do his thing?
Yeah, it's well, at Geelong, we try to change things up and have different people run through there, but yeah, as we sort of mentioned, there was a lot of space there behind the stoppage just for you to run into nicely. But I love the tap on. That's as a forward, you know, every forward line tries to create those opportunities where you tap it on and good things seem to happen. So hopefully it doesn't happen this week though, mate.
How good is that seeing your dad up here just overjoyed at the game? Mum and dad just going crazy. How good's that?
Nah, it's the best. I mean, it's obviously quite funny. I think we asked him after the game what he was doing. He said there was Carlton fans in the box next to him, so he's winding them up. But nah, very grateful for them. They're my #1 supporters, and it's awesome to see that footage. On snap goals, now, of course, I was at the game yesterday. The snap is coming to they don't teach junior players to snap from a set shot anymore, but it's just coming in. You're a fan of Hoppy, I can't take you seriously. Hoppy is
struggling. You can put him back if you want.
I'm trying my hardest.
No, he's all yours.
There you go. Well, there we go. Nick's going to hold on to Hoppy for a little bit longer because he keeps staring at him. I'll tell you what's coming up next. The best of local footy reels not far away. Hoppy.
Players is brought to you by Macca's new McSmart Meal, only $6.95. Pain Away, mild joint and muscle pain relief. Power on with Pain Away. And Polydent, refresh your mouthguard with Polydent. Shop now at Chemist Warehouse.
Time to jump into Clickbait Cauldron right now. So you've all got some cards next year. We've got the rankings sitting up here as well as we just throw it right into the cauldron. So what's going to happen? Jezza, you've got 1 through 5. You don't know what's coming next, and you've got to rank these how you think, even though you don't know what's coming next. We're going to go you first, Nick, and then Watson Variety up next. Are you ready to go?
Ready.
Kick us off, Jezza.
First up, we have
farm animals is the...
Farm animals. The chicken. I've got quite a few chickens. Plenty of eggs as well, which is always nice. So I'm going to just go a nice, cosy 3. 3, mate.
Jesus. It's a bit low. A bit low for the chooks.
Low.
Yeah.
I've got some favourite farm animals.
He's sitting on the fence there, hey?
All right, goats. I don't particularly love goats. So I'm going to put that at 5.
Goats are copping a whack.
The goats are going straight to 5. I don't have any goats on the farm. Maybe I should invest in 1 or 2. The cow, pretty important, I would have thought. I'm going to go number 2 for the cow.
Wow, that's big.
I do love a steak.
That's big.
I love a steak.
You got a few cows. How many on the farm?
What have you got up next? You can take that one off the top. This one. The Cotton On marketing budget.
Marketing, yeah. It's a big budget. It's a big budget.
Geez, I don't think that one's meant to be in there. That one's just... I saw Nick playing around with your cards a little bit earlier, though.
Is that you, mate, was it? 4th, we got the pig. I think it's going to go at number... Oh, I love bacon, though. I really love bacon. Eggs and bacon this morning. I'm going to go 4. I'm going to go 4 for the pig.
What do you got? Whatever you've got left is stuck at 1.
I think I've made a mistake here. I've made a massive mistake here. Horse. I really don't like horses. I'm not a horse person.
Why not?
I think they're just expensive. I was always told if you're gonna if you want something, sorry, how do I put this? If you want to ride a horse or ride a motorbike, choose the motorbike because you can always put it in the shed, turn it off, and you don't have to feed it.
That makes sense.
Whereas horse can become very expensive. So I don't own any horses and I don't intend to, but who knows down the track.
Okay, Daicos, you take it off now. I'll put them up for you.
Oh, just the top one first, eh?
Top one first.
Oh, the old man. Well, I'm very grateful for him. He's going to have to go number one.
Oh, that's a good move.
Definitely got it number one. Kerry Grammar Football Factory taught me a lot. Had definitely some good memories there. Beat Wizz's team Caulfield in the grand final.
Who'd you play with?
Played with Rowley and Noah. So they were in the midfield, which is awesome, from the Gold Coast Suns, and Carl Warner, who's now at Freo. So there's been some good players come out of there. Can you pop that at 4, please?
4, big rap to go at 4.
No, I'm going to have to wait and see what comes next. Mark Murphy, who's giving you this? Did you set this up?
Yeah, just had a little bit of outside info.
I love Murph. The background story to that is I loved him growing up, especially when I went for Carlton for a year, and I found out he worked at a shopping centre locally, and made sure Mum took me in there every day just so I could watch him pretty much work for a few days a week. So it's when I was about 8 years old, but he's still going at 5.
You've got your childhood hero at 5.
Yeah, just bad blood with the Blues now. So.
Yeah, makes sense.
The brother, pop him at 2.
There we go.
Family's super important
We can't
to me,
argue with that.
A hard tag. That's Watto's team too. That's going to have to go at 3. So
there we go. So we're ranking a hard tag above your good mate in Mark Murphy.
Yeah, no, I've got that one wrong.
Remarkable.
For sure, but pretty happy with that list.
Perfect. I reckon family first. You can't go wrong with that. Watto, your turn.
Perfect. Fortnite. At the moment, it would probably be. I'll put it at 3. At the moment.
Not bad.
Half me day.
Safe.
Adelaide Oval. I actually haven't won. We beat Adelaide there. I haven't beat Port there, so we've lost 3 to Port. And yeah, as you can see, their fans do not like us, so that is definitely a 5.
5. There we go. I reckon that one's an easy one to come early.
Yeah, not a no-brainer. Brent Harvey. Obviously, a bit growing up, had a bit to do with him playing with his son, Cooper. And obviously similar heights. And as a young kid, I always wanted to grow, and he was sort of in my ear saying, no, you don't. So it's these days I like being small, and he was a big factor for that growing up. So I'm going to stitch him up and go 4.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't know what's next.
Can't go too high.
Greyhounds. This is a bit of a stitch up. I had a greyhound growing up. I'm not in love with them. Just did a bit of a job from the other day in greyhound adoption month. So, they're cute dogs, but I'd probably have Boomer ahead of the greyhounds. but 2.
Okay, there we go. You're stuck with. What are you going to be? It's always dangerous leaving number 1 right until the end.
Yeah, it is dangerous, and Ja Morant. So. I'd probably have Fortnite at number 1 out of this list, but don't mind Jar, but when he gets in a fair bit of trouble off field, which he has in the past, so sort of moved on to Anthony Edwards, but that obviously has to be number 1.
You've thrown him out to the trash, Jar.
I love Ant more now. Well, he's just doing a bit too much off field, like guns and all that, so he's doing a lot off field, but he's a star. I love his athleticism and stuff like that.
Perfect. Well, that is the Clickbait Cauldron, all thanks to Polydent. You can clean your mouth guards, do absolutely everything with Polydent. You guys are taking home a nice little prize pack as well from Chemist Warehouse and Temple. We'll bring this one out because this is the pillow. Look how stoked old mate looks on the front of this package. Just so you're having a good old kip. Look at that. We throw to the prize pack. Have a look at the prize pack that you guys are going to be taking home as well. Pain Away, mild joint and muscle pain relief. Wakey for energy anytime, anywhere. Plus, nighty-night to improve sleep quality. Sports nutrition and protein from INC. Fragrances from Crew by Bondi Perfume. Rexona, non-stop protection. Liquid IV, great tasting electrolyte hydration. Plus, 2 magnificent pillows thanks to our friends at Tempur, the only mattress and pillow company recognised by NASA.
That would be awkward.
Recognised by NASA. I'll tell you what, that's the Clickbait Cauldron. Coming up next, I reckon the biggest star of the Daicos household is not going to be Nick or Josh in 10 years. So we're going to be introduced right after this. While the players are warming up for our first show, it's the perfect opportunity to talk about Pain Away, Australia's #1 topical pain relief containing arnica, formulated with active ingredients traditionally used in Western herbal medicine.
Hi, my name's Annalise Dalins. I'm a model. I'm doing a bit more social media these days, and I've recently just graduated with a commerce degree. I'm also Josh Daicos' fiance. My grandfather, he was actually a Collingwood supporter. So the first date that he had with my grandmother was watching Peter Daicos on the local football field, which I think is really a full circle moment for our family. Social media kind of flowed naturally, I guess, from my modelling. For me, a day-to-day every week looks so different, and I kind of like that unpredictability. The get ready with me for the football, honestly, it was just an idea I had because when I was going to the football, I saw so many people wearing such great outfits, and I thought there was a great space to kind of just share inspiration with a whole bunch of women, whether that be more ideas for winter outfits or specifically for the football. That's what it's all about, you know, connecting people, and I think it's great to see the communities that football can kind of create and bring together. 24 hours before a game, Josh is so excited. Him and Nick spend a lot of time together before the game, just hanging out as brothers, and I think that's really nice. Josh and I bought a house not long ago, so we're currently renovating it, which will take quite a while. So we're actually living at home with everyone. So I'm home with my in-laws, so Pete and Cole, Nick's there, and then their sister Maddie, and of course you can't forget the little toy cavoodle Odell that I saw as their pride and joy. I really enjoy being a part of that environment, and yeah, Pete and Cole truly treat me like their own, so I feel very, very lucky.
The biggest takeaway there is that the entire Daicos clan is all living under the one roof at the moment.
Yeah, no, exactly. Still under the roof with the fam. Josh and Annalise sort of have their own place out the back, like sort of subdivided place. But yeah, still under Dad's command, still doing chores for the old man. So I've bought and I'm just renovating at the moment. So soon I'll be out.
It's just kind of like when the vice president and the president can't fly in the same plane. For the Collingwood Football Club, you just got to take care of them. Just don't have them all in the one area at the one time. But Annalise, she's absolutely fantastic. She's going to be with us every single week, highlighting all the people that help you guys play as well as you can. But it is time right now for Rexona Footy Reels. Local footy, you guys are playing at the top level. But I'll tell you what, there's a lot of tomfoolery that goes on at this middle level. And Jezza, we're going to roll into this first one, all thanks to Rexona. And you're going to talk us through this one because a former teammate of yours has just started to roll out on the country circuit. Let's check this out.
Oh, big tomahawk, yeah. I did hear he was heading back up there. I think it was Easter Friday and Good Friday, and he's dobbed a few here. He's kicked the 4 on the night, and that's an absolute beauty from the pocket. He's pretty happy with that. I know how he celebrates. He's internally very happy with that in front of what looked to be a really good crowd up there as well. So good on him.
It's probably the only country footy boundary line goal that we didn't have to mute the footage on as well. Because usually some of the stuff that gets yelled over the fence is a little bit not kosher. Now, I'm going to talk you through this next one. This next clip could be one of the most moronic things that I've ever seen happen at any level of football right now. We call this one the double banger. You duff the kick in.
Ooh, that's a goal.
It's a goal, and we're going to scone the goal umpire as well. Talk me through that one, Dakes.
Yeah, it looks as though I was just watching the defender. He's run for the kick in again. So brave man. You'd probably want to pass it off after that kick in, but I think he got saved by the opposition player clearly.
Wiz, have you ever taken a kick in?
Yeah, back in under 18 days. Used to run for. I played one game as halfback and. Yeah, it was pretty handy running for the kick-ins.
Beautiful way to up the disposal count on that one. But remember, send all your clips in to Footy at 9 and Footy on 9 on Instagram, wherever you can find it, Facebook. Send those clips in. We're going to take a little rest. But Marmalade, the boys from Marmalade coming up right now. We are here with the boys from Marmalade who... Checkers and Shrey, it looks like you're the biggest Oz kick player in history by looking at the jacket.
I don't know, think if this was a kids, I'd be pretty concerned if it was.
Certainly would. Now, we just did show and tell with the boys. You guys have brought something else for us as well.
Yeah, so luckily last year I got to do the coin toss for the North Melbourne and Freo game, and they gave me the coin to keep it. It got 30 million views on the AFL's Instagram page. It was second
Let's have a look at it right here.
How's the trim on me? That's chopped.
I'm just surprised you found it because all the comments say you found the coin down.
Yeah, well.
That is unbelievable. You clearly you pre-planned that, did you?
Yeah, I actually asked the North Melbourne lady who is organising it, can I throw it and try to hit the roof? And she said, no, keep it a bit more PG. So, yeah, flicked it up, had a look for it, wasn't up there. So
you just did half of it. Look up, throw it low.
Yeah, I didn't want to get
Perfect. How do we follow? You guys do a great job on social. Even you boys were saying that you don't consume much footy media, but if you do, it's a bit of Marmalade content.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we've been consuming a bit of Jezza's YouTube channel lately, so yeah, maybe that goes both ways.
How do we follow you and get hold of your gear?
Just Marmalade Oz, like on socials. I don't know. You'll see us outside the MCG and interviewing people and creating a ruckus, and we'll be there every week watching these boys play.
Perfect. So. Do we get to keep the coin? Can we auction off the coin for my room at the end of the year, or is it sentimental?
I reckon we can. I'll be happy to do that.
Perfect. There we go. Hand it over. Thank you. I might auction that one off in the back pocket there. Now, boys, celebrations are the big thing. We spoke about it. Before we wrap up, can you promise the players, viewers, just a little celebration? It can be after a handball, maybe a little something, but just a little celebration this week.
Might bring back the can if it's a big enough occasion. It's got to be almost the goal winner though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a big one.
It's not going to be the first goal of the game.
Nick? I don't have many celebrations like that. I don't kick too many goals. What do you got for me? Can you give me something?
I've actually got nothing at the moment. I sort of black out, and when I keep going, I forget half me ones. So normally go to the crowd.
It could be the celebration. Just black out and drop to the ground. We'll roll with that one. Anyway, thank you guys. You've been a fantastic first panel for players. We've got a big panel. Stay tuned to socials this week for everything to find there. Marmalade, thank you, boys. We will see you next Monday.